Here's where it gets super awesome.
Ready up live?
Ready up live.
Ready up live?
Hello everybody and welcome aboard the UNSC Infinity. I'm your captain, Minolta 1034, and if you listen up, I've got a few things to break down in this analysis video. Now the video starts with a brief bit of information on the UNSC Infinity, explains how it will be like the central hub of your Halo 4 experience. You're going to have campaigns, Spartan Ops, war games, it's all going to be accessed and managed from the Infinity ship. Now, the first thing we see is that the Chapter 4 of Spartan Ops is launching. It gives a pretty brief description about a group going down to Requiem called Fireteam Crimson, and now the mission starts up.
These missions spin off from a week.
Here we see a cinematic from Spartan Ops. Now, this one looks really similar to the one we saw before E3 in some of those stills with Master Chief, except this time the Chief isn't there. That higher-ranking general-looking guy, he's been removed as well. So the only person that's remaining is the one on the far left, who in Greenskull's video, he implied that this guy might have some sort of importance to the game or be an important figure to watch out for. However, we also see a guy with very similar armor over here on the right. So it could just be a new class of Marine or ODST. I'm not really sure at this point.
Cinematic series.
Another thing that's interesting here is that in the top right corner, there's a countdown timer that says time remaining 6 days, 14 hours. Now, does this mean we only have a week to complete our Spartan Ops missions before they become defunct? Does that mean that there's only a week until the new ones are released? I'm not sure. What do you think is going to happen with that countdown timer?
It will be released along with 5 new.
Alright, this seems to be an online matchmaking system for Spartan Ops. Players are voting for which chapter they want to play as the game searches for additional players to join the game.
Cooperative missions.
All this footage we've seen before from the Spartan Ops B-roll and other videos, so it's not anything really new to talk about, although I still want to know why the thrusters on the bottom of the Phantom are green now. I guess it's likely that this is just a different class of Phantom, or maybe that these Covenant have different technology than the Covenant that we've encountered before, but why do you think the thrusters are green? Let me know in the comments. The first thing to notice on this screen is that the Spartan's gaining XP, not Spartan Points. Does this mean that the XP system and the Spartan Points system are two separate entities? Maybe Spartan Points ties more into the ranking system and XP is just for things like loadouts and armor upgrades? The player receives XP for game completion, victory, score. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I assume it would be very similar to like the score that you get in a game of Firefight currently, or even the score that you get in the campaign. Online, I'm assuming that this means that because the player played online with other players, they're getting a bonus as opposed to just playing Spartan Ops alone. And then finally, objectives. What I think this means is there's probably going to be like bonus or secondary objectives within Spartan Ops that you have the option of completing to gain extra XP. I'm not sure about that, but it seems like the most likely way to describe objectives being completed and giving a total bonus for that. Because you think if it was just completing the mission, then they would just have the completed mission XP. After they're promoted to Major Grade 3, they unlocked the BR for use in the game. Alright, now we get to the armor customization screen. Currently, what we see in the armor customization is helmet, chest, left shoulder, right shoulder, arms, legs, and visor. Obviously, this isn't the only things that you're going to be able to customize in Halo 4. I think this is just kind of an example based on what you can already do in Reach. Now, when we go into the helmet menu, we see 3 different types of helmet: Warrior, Soldier, and Scout. Now, I know Green is really going to be excited about Scout. That was his favorite armor customization in Halo 3. Another interesting point is that in the transition between the menus, if you pause the video, you actually see that there are 3 different menu options here. Customize, which is the menu we were just in for armor customization. Loadouts, which is setting up your loadouts. Finally, there's a menu there that says Spartan ID. I don't know what that is exactly. I mean, it could be the customization of your emblem, but why would they change that to Spartan ID? I'm not sure. Although it does show a picture of the unicorn that we've been seeing a lot in the scoring system in the bottom right-hand corner in multiplayer footage. Not really sure what that is right now. What do you guys think? All right, once we get into the loadout menu, we see 5 different options: primary weapon, secondary weapon, grenades, armor ability, and armor modification. Currently, the player has an assault rifle for their primary weapon, magnum for their secondary, frag grenades, a thruster pack for their armor ability, and an ammo pack for their armor mod. Now, what I think is one of the most interesting aspects of this video is the fact that there's a balance of 6 something on this screen. I'm pretty sure that this is the Spartan Points system. I zoomed in as close as I possibly could, and it really looks like the letters SP. However, I could be wrong, it could be something completely different, this isn't confirmed, but this seems to imply that XP and Spartan Points are 2 different currency systems used for 2 different things in Halo 4. What are Spartan Points used for? From this screen, it seems like they may be used to unlock new loadouts or weapon customizations, possibly armor mods, and maybe armor abilities. We know it isn't to unlock weapons themselves, as we saw that before in the XP system. However, when we go into the assault rifle menu, we see 8 out of 15 have been unlocked. Now, what that means is that possibly Spartan points are used to upgrade your assault rifle or modify it in some way. I'm not really sure at this point. All right, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I know you can't see the coffee cup, but I swear to God, it says really funny stuff.
The very fate of the galaxy.
Yeah.